Welcome everyone back. This is game 2 of the playoffs for Season 6 North American entry level of Amateur Dota 2 League. We have Warlocks of the Beach against Team Z. Team Z took the first game. It was a pretty close game. We have Phoenix being banned out as the first ban. Shamwo played very well on the offlane. Phoenix, excellent actually. And we have Vengeful Spirit and Void being banned out again. I sort of feel this is almost close to a respect ban. We do see Warlocks pulling off some really great team fights on the Void, and of course playing on the Vengeful Spirit prior to this. This was the exact same ban in the previous game too. They did ban out these two heroes and then they followed to ban Chowser's Tidehunter away. I'm not sure whether they would be interested, Chowser would be interested to just pick up the Tidehunter as the first pick this game, but we'll see how it goes. Currently looking at the second ban, and of course also you need to look at would be Enrique, who was in standing just now, has now stepped out, and Bogaloo is back in the lineup. X being banned out by Warlocks of the Beach as their second ban. Pretty standard thing to be banned right now, I guess. Now we go to the first pick from Team Z before we have a look at Warlock's double pick that will be following up from that. Rubin had a great game on the Tinker as usual, but wasn't enough to win the game. The Team Z managed to drag the game up long enough, and the two carries just got too big for them to deal with. Warlocks went for a really pushing lineup with, pretty pushy lineup, but just not pushy enough. Ancient Apparition being picked up as the first pick for Team Z. It's unique, I guess. Most people don't exactly pick Ancient Apparition too early. Often pick it in response to a hero, like a regeneration based hero like Troll, Huska, I guess. Yeah, Warlocks does play. I remember playing Huska pretty well. And then I rebeen on the Huska, I believe it was. I'm not even too sure. I don't even remember which game I was watching. But anyway, it does work well on heroes with regen base mechanism. Like I said, Huska, Troll Warlock. We have also heal base Necro. He's good against Necros, very good against Alchemists. Enigma being picked up as a first pick by Warlocks of the Beach right here. Like we see it going into the jungle, unless Chelsea wants to take it off lane, which would be pretty weird. I don't think I've seen a lot of off lane Enigma. I think Dandy took it mid against eHome in TI1. Lost the early game really badly, but his black holes were just dandy like that game, and they really won them the game right there. Those are like the famous Toby one Scream black holes coming up. And Disruptor being picked up as second pick. Zed has to ban the Tidehunter now. This is like a clear team fight. Enigma, Black Hole, Disruptor, Static Storm. And it's called Static Storm, not Static Field. What is Static Field? Kinetic Field, Static Storm, I don't remember, but that's just super team fight orientated. And of course, Disruptor Glimpse would help them pick off certain heroes. Static Storm just has a very low cooldown and could be used more casually than a black hole, to just say like, oh, I'm just gonna kill one guy with this black hole. Not the biggest thing you would like to see. Honestly, I believe I've never seen Warlock playing an Enigma before. It's one of those big ultimates you like to see that can be either super amazing or practically hopeless. And a Storm Spirit will be picked up as a second pick from Team Z. Pretty early to pick a Storm Spirit too. Storm Spirit works definitely very very well against a lineup that has little lockdown, which is weird because Storm Spirit glimpse into static field means you are dead. Storm Spirit also doesn't work well against mass silence like global silence, so lockdown plus burst damage. Blink Lion deals with it very well. Not sure, picking the Storm Spirit deck early in the game seems a little bit weird. Chelsea Tidehunter will be banned out. This looks like exactly the same ban coming out of Warlocks of the Beach. Let's hope Team Z doesn't pull a Tottenham right here. Okay, this is an American audience, so raising a soccer game reference might be pretty weird, but anyway, basically what happened was Chelsea in the English Premier League, Chelsea was having a really good run. They were like unbeatable, only losing one game in half a season, and then Tottenham came around and beat them 5-3. Sort of a thrashing at Tottenham home. Then again, the two teams were drawn to play each other in the Carling Capital One Cup finals, and somehow the manager for Tottenham decided to play the exact same team that beat Chelsea previously, basically using exactly the same tactics, same players, same tactics, same formation, and they lost the finals really badly. And this looks like exactly the same ban coming up from Team Z, so I'm not sure whether like, oh, our bans work out really well, so we're gonna ban it again, kind of thing. Silencer being banned out, that makes sense. A Tidehunter ban in reaction, probably in reaction to just an excellent teamfight lineup that Warlocks of the Beach have right now. Silencer being banned out, probably the hero that counter storms the best, the global silence. And I'm not sure why Doom is being banned, because Warlock does have the first pick after the banning phase, so the Doom does deal with Storm very well, and it does forces Storm to go in on a Lincoln Sphere first instead of rushing a Bloodstone. Lion will be banned out. This is pretty interesting, but Lion has a lot of lockdowns to deal with Storm Spirit, but we'll see how Warlocks plan to deal with this Storm Spirit. After 4 INT heroes being banned out and being picked up, and 2 being banned out. And a Tinker will once again be picked up for Ruben on the mid against the Storm Spirit. I'm not too sure how good that is. I personally don't play Storm at all. I've seen people play Storm a lot. I watch Storm a lot. I watch Dandy rate people with Storm a lot. I play a little bit of Tinker, but my Tinker star is like just fuck my team and push kind of Tinker. I don't go Dagon, I go Shiva's Mantal style, Necrobook, just push the shit out of people kind of Tinker. So, but that's interesting area. Augur being picked up by Team Z. So as I was saying, basically, I'm not too sure how well an aggressive Tinker will do against an aggressive Storm. I know Storm is probably aggressive. Storm doesn't really contribute to the push a lot, but a Reaver will be picked up. We might see an offlane Reaver. Chowser did play in Reaver in one game, and he played very well that game. And the Reaver was actually more. What the net worth of Tinker was actually of Reaver was actually higher than the legit Harry Spectre, I believe, and I think a Ruben was on the Shadow Fiend that game. I can't remember, but basically Chelsea was on an offlane Reaver, and that Reaver just dominated the whole game. Anyway, we have a Slug being picked up by Team Z. I'd like to see, might be able to go to the offlane. As we know, Enigma will likely be jungling. Enigma doesn't contribute much in lane in the early period, so you'll probably be forced to stick in the jungler. So the offlaner will have a safer lane to be in, and Medusa will be picked up for probably have a safe lane carry for Legit Harry right there. So I think that's pretty sure they're off. Legit Harry will be on the Medusa, Chowser on the Reaver, Rubin on the Tinker, and Colina on the Enigma, and Disruptor will be Boogaloo. Colina is on the Disruptor actually. Yeah, like I said, they are able to just... Team Z seems to switch around a lot. Leroy is now on the Abaddon, which is the final pick. Abaddon was... Leroy was the throw in mid just now, but it looks like he might be going to the safe lane right now. International, who was the carry, is now on the Storm Spirit. Big Booty, who was on the 4th position Earthshaker, is now on the off-lane Slug, I believe. No, Abaddon is going off-lane, so he will be the safe lane carry. From 4th position to 2nd position, or 1st. I actually don't know whether 1st or 2nd is mid, but Juicy is on the support as usual, and Shamwu, who played an excellent off-lane Phoenix last game, will be on the Ancient Apparition this game. Though I don't think his ultimate is going to be significantly useful to cancel out any heals. Anyway, Colina will be on the Disruptor, Rubin on the Tinker, and Medusa, Legit Harry on the Medusa. Enigma will be played by Boogaloo in the jungler, and Chowser, who has already taken some hits, will be on the offlane Reaver. And once again, both teams will give the bounty rune to the middle lane. And there you go, the first deny of the game goes the way of Rubin. And the first last hit of the game goes the way of Storm. I'm getting bored out right here, am I not? Lasers being thrown out, just some harassive play. Nothing much, and Abaddon could be very safe here. He knows there's only 2. Enigma is inside, not being able to come out. He just has a shield, so really not much zoning to be done. Chowser also having a pretty fun game, but a pool and a tri-lane with a lot of disable will be a big problem here if he gets caught. The stun followed up by the AA's Frost Cold Feet, and of course the Big Booty can just hold Chowser down in position with a pounce. A lot of damage being thrown out there, but not over aggression, avoiding an over aggression right there. You do see the ward being thrown down. I believe they know the ward's being thrown down. Chowser manages to pull the creep closer. Interpretation picks up an invisibility rune. Could be something used to get some early game kills onto Chowser, but Chowser managed to drag a wave of creep, maybe even 2, right under his the tower, so he will have some safe farm. He will get level 3. Abaddon is just slightly behind, being zoned out because of the pool more than anything else. Nigma is actually going home to regen up. Sentry ward being dropped out right there, stun. Cold feet coming up, follow up, but will they be able to get first blood? They will get first blood, and Chaozu will go down. The sentry ward being used right there to get the first blood. And it will pay off immediately for the off lane. For the safe lane aggression here onto Chaozu. Another rune going, this time a regeneration going the way of the ancient apparition. Storm Spirit bottles up a rune. He gets rune control over the Tinker, though he's falling a little bit behind on the creep counts. Some deny coming up, but not too important because he wasn't in lane anyway. And you got aggression, over aggression here from Chaozu. Not really, he's just diving in trying to get as much experience as possible. Laser coming up, almost bringing down International, but he manages to bottle up right there. Tinker continues to deny and dominates the lane over the Storm. And bottom lane, once again the combination of the pounce follow up by the cold feet and the stun, just securing the kill again. The second sentry being dropped down right here just to make sure they get a kill on Chaozu. So Chaozu two deaths right now, so Abaddon will take the lead on experience, though honestly not much. 2 deaths and Chaozu is just like about 2 to 3 creeps away. It's not one to be caught back out immediately, so. And he manages to pull a whole wave of creep down here. This is about 2 waves of creep, I believe. And he does have a lot more last hit. Okay, not a lot more. He does have more last hit. But the bad thing though is that the tri-lane is getting enough kills to maintain same level, to maintain level superiority over the dual lane, I believe. So that's a good thing for Team Z, I guess. And Chaozu has actually caught up on experience with the Abaddon. No attempt to deboard right here. He has to complete his ring of Aquila. Pause coming out from Abaddon, not too sure what's wrong. Let's see what bundles do I have. Do I even have anything interesting? Nah, I have a lot of sucky shit. Don't exactly have anything interesting. This looks pretty decent, I guess. I don't know. I don't even play Invoker, so. But nope, I don't have any. This looks pretty nice. No, it's just a rare bundle. I'm waiting for them to be marketable. What just happened? It tapped out for like 1 second. Alright, and we once again have the game is back online. Indeed, a respect ban on the Phoenix, who really Shambo had an excellent game right there. Ultimate being popped right there. I'm not too sure why. But he will be Green's back, and the field just short of catching him. But I don't think Medusa has enough burst damage to bring him down. Medusa did went. Wow, that's a crazy amount of stats. Where does he get? Okay, 2 Wraith Bands and a 3 Wraith Band technically. He went for 3 Wraith Bands and a ring. He is in position for this, and Chowser is getting low, but will not dive to get a kill on him as the sentry ward runs out. And do they have another sentry ward ready? No, they have a smoke ready. The dive comes in. That's easy. Goes really, really deep to try to get a secure kill right there. What will be placed down there onto the safe lane as Chowser looks interested to try to chase Samwu down. The DD is available. And it doesn't look like Shenwu will go down. I'm not over aggression right there. I guess they were planning to catch him and they don't have a sentry ward to be able to do anything to him, so I'm not sure why. But maybe just miscommunication and all. But the sentry ward is still up here for another 20 seconds, being stunned. So Chaz will just get a kill back. He's not having as great a day farming though. Big Booty does have 2 kills, 1 kill and an assist to his name, but it is very, very far behind the Medusa and the Enigma. And even the Tinker is ahead of the Storm, though not by much. See how Enigma is doing right here. Enigma is really, really close to his Blink Dagger right now. finally the pool hasn't really been annoying him too much. He'll get just both kills right there really quickly, and he's about 100 gold away from his Blink Dagger, and aggression here from the Storm Spirit will not, and we're picked up with full bottle, and we'll be able to probably dive in and re-engage onto the Tinker if Tinker isn't too safe. But the Tinker will rotate bot and pick up an extremely important room. A lot of TPing incoming right here. Likely an aggression coming in. They will engage onto Chowser as ultimate being popped up from Medusa, and they will get both kills. Static Storm following in. Ogre Magi will go down. The Leroy coming in onto 4 heroes. I'm not too sure whether he will be able to do much right here, but Rubin will pick the Ancient Apparition up on the back. And looks like they might even be interested to just dive this tower right here. Legit Harry will go all the way in, and just a lot of burst damage would be able to be brought out from the Rubin, and he will get the kill, but Booty will be able to heal back up. Massive TP coming in, but Frost Cold Feet being dropped right now, but not enough, as Static Field being thrown to block the chase from following. Jeezy continue following out. Legit Harry call out of position and will be brought down by the Slug. So it looks like a 3 for 2. I don't remember. The fight lasted a little bit too long. Chowser didn't die. He popped his ultimate to go away. Medusa popped his ultimate too, along with Static Field's ultimate. I think only Medusa went down. No one else went down. On this side though, the Ancient Apparition definitely died. And of course Abaddon did die too. And a lot of TP is being thrown out by Team Z right there, just to get everyone down there in a position to, I think I just lost connection to the internet. Charles is just disconnected. Let's run a quick tour on the items. Over top there, Roy going on to a pretty standard offering build, picking up a little Venom and nothing much beyond that. On Booty going Claymore, likely probably seeing him pick up a Shadow Blade pretty soon. Okay, he's not that close to it, about 1,000 gold away. Storm Spirit working towards an Orc Core stuff and the Dabber Robo Magi. Sam Rose, typical early game support, nothing much being picked up right there. And Nigma picked up his Blink Dagger and a Soul Boot. And a Soul Ring, sorry. And a 4 heroes coming in right here as Leroy dive down onto Kalina, who does have his ultimate ready. He will be able to drop the ultimate and catches 3 of them within it. The ultimate of Medusa catches them. They'll turns to rock. The Static Storm will stop affecting it. Leroy will be able to burst him down as they do get a kill on him, but looks like he will pay with his life. More stuns being thrown out right there. Rubin not enough mana to actually deal more damage, so it will be a 2 for 1. The Storm will go down in exchange for the Medusa. Ancient Apparition will die too, as Rubin tried to chase down the Ogre Magi, but not really able to do that until he get his blink up. Anyway, we'll go back to reviewing the item over here. Kalina working towards a mechanism. Not close to it. Mechanism would have saved a lot of people's life right there, but he's not close to it, but he's working towards it. It's only like 13 minutes into the game. And Nigma onto the Blink Dagger. Medusa, still no significant item change beyond the triple Double Bracelet and Ring of Akura, but that does give him a lot of stats. Very, very tanky, as you can see just now. So large mana pool to just tank up a crazy lot of damage, as you can see at the fight just now. 4 heroes just dive in onto him and they just managed to tank everything up right there. Chowser working towards the Lincoln Sphere. Had a bad start to the game, but it's actually doing really, really well right now. Rubin will just, after a failed attempt to gank, he will just farm up the enemy's jungle. Actually, he doesn't farm much up, he just like gets 2 creep. The kill though by Rubin just now at the top lane will give him the level advantage. He does have the level 2 rearm right now. And like the Storm, who is still a little bit behind to his level 11. But Rubin is about a level above. I'm not too sure what Boogaloo is working towards now. Storm brings down really low right there. Probably a laser and a missile, but the rocket, I believe a Storm can dodge a rocket with his ultimate ability right here, but being trapped out, Leroy will be caught. And just a lot of harassment being thrown out, nothing much beyond that. And Rubin will be TPing in. No Blink Dagger just yet. Laser not within distance. A lot of people are using the jungler actually. Medusa wants the jungler, the Tinker wants the jungler, the Enigma wants the jungler. Not sure, maybe it's probably going for Boots of Trevor or maybe a fast BKB. There really isn't much people that could actually stop his black hole from a global range. Oh. That's a lot of damage coming out from the Eidolons. He will be trapped right there, but he does have an ultimate to be popped out and a shield. Leroy might be in a bad position right here. Glimpse available, but not being used. And Leroy will be able to walk out of that alive. What's a slight over-aggression from him? Chelsea completes his boots. Rubin starts his pushing on the bottom lane. As he looks to take down the bottom tower and probably the mid tower next, so to take better control over there. Chowser diving really deep, doing a lot of damage to Sam Wu right there. If Rubin comes into position, the rocket will bring him down and he will go down. Engagement here on to Zed as laser and rocket will bring down Leroy. Rubin gets further and further away. He now has 5 kills and is level 12. Storm is still level 11, getting 1 whole level above him, and it's actually, yeah, not really 1 whole level. The 11 of course is the biggest level to get out, as you can see at level 11 compared to level 12. Level 11 is the big level to jump past, and once you get past the level 11 it goes pretty fast. So as you can see, the Storm Spirit is actually pretty far behind. He does pick up a double damage rune here though, might be looking to pick off Boogaloo, who will be in a position. They just managed to catch Boogaloo and TPs and sends him back, but he will go down anyway. A lot of mana being used to fill up with the double damage. He will get both support and he will get 2 kills, but both going the way of the Abaddon, and does get a lot of experience to catch up right there. 5 heroes all gathered up at top. We'll probably look to try to force this tower down. And the Medusa is here though. It's funny though, the Medusa doesn't actually work well with the Tinker or the Tinker will be able to run down, but Static Storms will connect with both of them. The ultimate will, AA's ultimate will be able to connect Medusa in, A bad position. Storm managed to be forced down and turns into stone and will go down. Ultimate pops up on the Slug as to stay alive. Abaddon will go down too. It's now a 2-for-1 trade as Slug continues to chase but will back off. Black Hole catches 2 on the back. Chowser throws out coming in. Will get Order Magi 2 as back bully doesn't get to run away. The Tinker is brought down at the cost of 4 heroes right there, maybe even turning 5 if AA doesn't manage to get away right here. Chowser will get to hit him up, no Orb of Venom, so will not be able to slow that down, but it looks like AA is dead. Sean Wolves will go down to Chowser and the deny attempt fails. Black Hole catches 2 in the back, very beautiful static storm and a Black Hole. Extremely good plays coming up from support of Wizards right there. It looks like we might have a game 3 in hand if this continues. Will gets up and the rocket will not be able to connect and he will give it away. Chowser will dive the tower, attempt to get international, but he will spend all his mana to get out of there alive. And while they do not get a kill on him, they did manage to force the Storm Spirit all the way back home. So the Storm Spirit, who has just gone home to regen, has now gone all the way back home again to regen. Do have a crazy amount of lever and goal lead for Wizards with the Beach right now. Tower changes is just 2. They're just 2 T1s ahead. It looks like they will be getting the 3rd T1 right now. Medusa continue to farm up. Ultimate being picked up. 1 Raveman sold. Casual Yasha being picked up too. Pretty common for carries, Medusa carries, to just picked up a casual. Oh wow, they actually manages to get a kill there on Tinker. Oh, an AA Ultimate Tinker on Tinker to pick him up right there, and then Ultimate being thrown out, but Samu looks like he might go down. Very nice, very lucky multicast coming out there onto Chowser, who will be brought down by a Storm who spent like half his mana flying into there. That's a problem with engaging on the Medusa with Kalina right here. If International jumps in, all Kalina needs to do is drop the Static Storm. And once the Static Storm is dropped, Storm is static. Literally. That was a bad pun. He is working towards his Soul Ring already out. He's working towards a Bloodstone after picking up his Orchid. Let's have a item recap of how we have it right now. Roy has a Vermeer's Offering, working towards. He has a Sage, probably not going towards the Sanchen Yasha. Maybe Hellberg for the Medusa and the River. Dreezy has an Arcane Boots, Big Booty has a Shadow Blade, and Storm, the International, working towards his Bloodstone. Shenwu, just an Arcane Boots, nothing much beyond that. A Guardian Scepter is out of Bugaloo. That is a really fast farm, but Static Storm will bring in Glimpse, will just send him back, and Black Hole catches 2. Shenwu and Leroy will be brought down extremely quick manner. But Ultimate will pop up on Leroy. He will try to catch him, run out, but he will not be able to catch a Static Storm again. Oh no, that was not Static Storm, that was just a Black Hole as they will get a second kill on Leroy. But actually they will get Leroy too, and triple kill going the way of Tinker. Extremely close to his level 16 right now. And it looks like not just that, they will get 3 kills and definitely a T1 going the way of that. let's just switch to net worth right now, and you will see that they have a crazy amount of net worth right there. Black hole that catches two. It catches Leroy and the Ancient Apparition, and Storm being picked up right there by 2% by the Tinker and the Reaver right there. Reaver in a bad position right now. He does not have his ultimate ready, but Slug will be burst down by a Rubin very quickly, and it looks like Samu might be in trouble here. Multicast will be able to bring Chowser down though, as Rubin has already TP back home for his regeneration to regen. Anyway, we do have right now the top 5 has 4 off, and again a Rubin coming in, and a Rocket will connect with the Organ Magi, and he will bring down another kill going the way of the Tinker. Medusa also getting really big, so diving in on Medusa really isn't exactly an option right now. I'm not sure whether he's going for a Lincoln Sphere, going towards a Skadi straight after the casual Yasha, or really building into a Manta Star. I think he's probably building into a Manta Star. Nope, he's building into a Skadi, which she already has. So will be a casual Yasha into the Skadi. No tower down once again. Rubin maintaining the lanes pushed, keeping all the lanes pushed, keeping all their towers up. Not that healthy, but keeping the lanes up. As now we will look, Chowser will dive in with Isikuchi, spots out the International. International will jump up away to safety. Bugulu doing really well on the Enigma too, and Kolina, not to credit him, he is also doing extremely well with his Static Storms and a Kinetic Field and his Gleams in all, keeping his carries alive and his cores. This looks like an interesting fight, might be building up, waiting for them to gather up, as we do have 4 of them gather up, and all 5 of the heroes are actually down here. Only Slug is at the bottom lane, but they will back off and no intent to follow. I'll be able to catch this. International will be forced to blink out right there, as Chowser wants to dive down into it. No follow-ups right there, still waiting on. They are probably knowing where to wait. Kulina wants to wait there. Bugaloo wants to come in with an awesome black hole. There is tree set up right here pretty beautifully. I'm not sure whether he wants to jump. Not in the position, waiting for them to come in here. Black hole catches tree onto tree, and the Stack Storm will drop beautifully right there, and 3 of them will go down. Okay, Reaver will not go down because the ultimate Bugaloo freezes up from the AA ultimate being catch up. They manage to keep Bugaloo alive, and they will get 3 beautiful black hole follow up with Static Storm right there. Amazing play from there, though it looks awesomely set up. And Rubin now caught behind enemy lines, might be in danger right here, as the Shadow Blade will be popped to try to get a kill on him, and the Pounce will get onto him, but he will be slowed up and he will go down anyway. So it will be a 1-for-1 trade. Rubin goes down for the Slug, and they will take the T2 mid, probably easily rotating back for a T1 for the, maybe going into the T3 or probably the T2 top as well. Let's see where they plan to go with this. They do not have creeps to sustain this push, so they will TP back and push the top lane down instead. But that was a beautiful engagement from the supports. A beautiful black hole connecting up to a Static Storm and Kinetic Field, just to make sure everyone stays in the middle of a storm and just takes all the damage being thrown out right there. Double damage being picked up by Chowser to clear a stack. Though I think the stack was meant for Medusa, but Weaver wants to catch up. Nah, he won't take a lot. He'll just take 2 or 3 creeps. He does has his Lincoln Sphere up right now, so talented hunt right there. We have an interesting game building up, probably a way crazy. We have a 20,000 experience lead and a 20,000 goal lead right now. So about 22,000 goal lead. More the stacks being thrown out. I'm not sure who is actually able to properly clear a stack, but Ruby will dive deep, and he is actually caught in a dangerous position right now. He will continue to blink. I'm not sure whether he realizes the whole team is here looking for him. He manages to DP out anyway, and looks like they will get a T2 uncontested. If you ask me what would be the biggest mistake from Team Z, is definitely not banning the Tinker. I mean, after you saw the last game, you saw how good Arabian was on the Tinker. You might consider banning the Tinker out, but he decided not to. They allowed him to pick the Tinker up again, and there you have it, a 10 kill Tinker. Not a godlike. I mean, we've seen him in a godlike before, but not a godlike streak right now. But that's what happens when a Tinker gets his way with your team. And of course the laning phase turned out much better. Bogolu did much better on the Enigma did very well in the jungle. He farms crazily at 20 minutes. He has a Blink Dagger and a Scepter. And I think he has his boots. No boots. Refresher Orb coming up pretty soon. It's about 1800 go away, and they are chipping in a T3 right now, and Scepter being popped glints him back, and not much beyond that. Tinker coming in as 5 Crotters cluster up, 3 of them is clustered up, Enigma being pretty far behind. They're making him chase him, and Medusa will be able to bring the ultimate from Medusa is being popped right now. Oh, they're gone onto the back. Oh, catches 3. Storm Spirit will be able to burst down before him. And Static Storms on the back catches another 2. He will be glimpsed back in. Ogre Magi will be slowed in. Team wipe. GG being called out by Team Z. We will have a game 3. We will go to game 3. Amazing plays from the support to create so much space and set up those team fights. And now we will proceed to game 3. We will see you there. It is now 1 apiece.